Okay, so some more Angry Boy. With the Angry Boy here, what I'm gonna do is I want to get a bit of like jawline action in. I'm gonna kind of come over this way and kind of fill in here, and then I'll fill in the cheek. And I'm gonna come back and do some cleanage. Actually, there's something here that's driving me crazy. Right there, let's just take that edge, and I'll spin it! There, and look how his nose kind of blends in better, just by spinning that edge around. There, that makes me happy. And if I were to grab, say, this edge right here, and I did something like extrude, and I pull it down, spin it around a little bit here, and then I grab this edge right here, and I extrude, and I grab my extrude and I pull it over here someplace, so over by the ear. And again, you can kind of go in and figure out what you want to do with it. I kind of angle it a bit like this. Actually, that looks kind of weird there. I'm just going to pull this in a bit here. Okay, and now I might want to figure out a way to join it up to, say, this section right here. How do I want to make that ear join up? Does he have a connected lobe? I'm going to grab that vertex and that. Oh, you bastard! This one. And if I go in and I merge them, there we go. And I'll go in and I'll take these two and enter. And this song is driving me kind of crazy. Where are we? Okay, well, I guess I'll deal with that. And then I can go in and kind of fill this in a little bit. I kind of know that I'm going to need another one here, maybe, and here. And then you could go in and grab these edges and kind of pull them out a bit so you get a little bit of cheekage. Maybe that. Grab this one. I'm going to push it back a little bit. There we go. So it looks kind of round here. Now, for this...
The dogs are barking again.
Okay, so I'm just going to grab this edge right here, and I'm going to go and hit Mesh Fill Hole, and then this is going to get kind of wacky. Okay, there's a lot of like figuring out here I've got to do a little bit of thinking. And if I go in and I get my Split Polygon tool, there we go. And I don't like how this is stretching in here, so I might just go and take this and split this up a little bit. It's going to pop one there. And if I go and I use Insert Edge Loop, there, get the Split Polygon tool. I thought I just switched to the Split Polygon tool. Let's try it again. There, and there. And then that one doesn't need to be there anymore, so I'm just going to take that edge and delete it. I can get my split again. I can start splitting my way around the eye. There, boonk. Okay, that worked out pretty good. This one here. These are getting kind of big too. I don't know if I necessarily like those, so I'm going to use my Insert Edge Loop here. Okay, and I can kind of smooth that out a bit later on. That feels better. And I'll just switch, boop, boop, here. Uh-oh. Thought I crashed for a second, and something doesn't seem right. Okay, interesting. Anything funny happen here? Doesn't look like this filled in. There's probably just one of those freaking problems again where I go in here, reassign Lambert 1, and everything's happy times. Just going to take my normals and soften the edges. Okay, great. Let's kill the history. And as we get into this area, this is one of the trickiest things to freaking do. I'm going to go in and get the Split Polygon tool, split around the ear. That kind of works there. You kind of look for the obvious choices, or so they seem obvious to me. How do you do that, Bob? That's cheating. And if I go in and I do something like this and this, boop. Okay, it seems to be working out. This one here seems to me that I could probably do something like this. There. And splitting across here and here. Actually, this is sickening. That just worked out perfect. Damn it!
damn it.
I like it when I kind of throw something in here that makes it more difficult, that you see me get challenged. I still have a very ugly model, but it's challenge. I want challenges. Here, we'll fix him by the end. Anything else in here I don't like? I could probably work some of this stuff out in here. Let's get the neck in, and then I'm going to come back and start to tweak.
I'm gonna tweak.
I'm just going to go and grab this edge here, and side view! Good God, this looks horrible. I'm going to bring this up a little bit, bring that up a little bit. Okay. And let's get that sample sound. Let's try grabbing that edge again. Here. And if I go in and I hit extrude, I kind of typically kind of follow along the profile of the neck here. G. And G. And I'm just going to grab these edges here. And I'm going to do the same thing. Extrude. Grab it in the side view. Pull it down a little bit. G. And I get to here. And what the freaking hell's going on now? Okay. Edit mesh, keep face together is off. As I said, someone else has been on my computer. Off. One on. And I can't do anything about that because that one's there. So I have to go down here, back into history. Keep face is off, and I turn this to 1. Enter. And it looks like everything's back together again. But it's all screwed up. Okay, I should have just hit undo. There. Let's try this again. So those are all undone. Because that was just one edge over here, that worked out fine. Actually, did I do that again in here anyplace? I don't think I did any other extruding, so I should be okay. Well, maybe I'll have to fix that later on. Anyway, if I go in and I hit extrude. Now, do I get anything weird? Bastard! Okay, some more angry boy modeling. And that seems to be okay. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and switch to this mode here. And I just went and switched to the move tool, so it just came straight down. Then you can just go pop in an edge loop and do kind of the same thing I just did. Okay, great. And I might even do like around here in the neck of this character if I go and I pop an edge loop in. That's just going to make it a little bit easier for when I go in here and I start appending. And I kind of close this to here, and I hit G. Enter. Okay, and that was a really bad choice right there, but I'll clean it up. If I go in here and grab this edge, and I hit mesh, fill hole, it's all filled up. I don't like how that's sitting right there. I'm just going to go in and grab my split. Split from there to there. That way I can kind of pull. Actually, what if I just grab that vertice right there, pull it back over here. Now I got a triangle in here. What if I just get rid of that thing right away? I'm just going to collapse it. And let's do the same thing here. And I'm just going to take this, whoop, just kind of quickly clean as I go. I have a friend who calls this doing the dishes while you're making dinner. Okay, boink, boink, there, boink, boink, there. And if I go in and I grab this face and this face, I kind of use that to round out my neck a little bit. Okay, great, and I'm almost there, filled it all in, and then I can deal with my ugly little boy. And there we go. Okay, good enough. So I've kind of filled that all in. Good God, this is ugly. And if I go in and I grab my mesh sculpt geometry tool, and I'm going to use my relax, and I can go in and quickly relax out these. Actually, the relax isn't working very well here. It's trying to hold this shape in place, and I don't like it, so I'm just going to use the smooth. And I'll smooth this down a little bit. Yes. I'm just holding down shift, and that turns it from whatever brush you've got selected in your sculpt tool to, if you take a look here, I've got right now the relax on. So relax, if I just have relax, relax is going to try to keep the shape and make it into nice quads. Whereas the smooth just goes and softens the whole thing, and it makes everything into nice even quads, but it's also going to lose form, whereas, like I said, the Relax tries to keep the form. So the Relax is kind of handier. It's still not perfect. I've found a plugin that's better, and I will show that eventually, if I haven't shown it already in some of my other videos. There. Let's make my brush a bit bigger. Sometimes I notice if you have a bigger brush, it averages out more at once. Doesn't like the edges particularly. Later on, after you join the heads up together, when you do some mirror stuff, you can probably fix it. There. But sometimes it does a nice little job here. And so my boy isn't quite so ugly. Still pretty damned ugly. Okay, and then this thing up here, what time are we at for this? We're at the 11-minute mark, so I think I've got my head together, or at least I like to think so, and I can come in here and do some tweaking afterwards. Maybe a couple last things here. Let's just go and make sure that the body looks good with the head, and I see the neck doesn't quite fit in. Let's go to the front view, and here I'll just grab some verti, and do I have a soft selection on? No, let's put a soft selection on. Let's make it a bit bigger, so this will fit in really nicely into the neck. This one here. Okay, I'll call that good for now.
Good for nothing.
Yeah, so there. I'm going to call that acceptable for now. Looks really, really happy. Okay, and that's the end of the video.